Hello, friends. Welcome to Akulmike Live. And in this series of understanding grapho analysis, grapho therapy, we are actually having discussion with Naveen Toshniwal for past couple of weeks. And today we want to discuss yet again with Naveen, and he will tell us something very interesting. So, without further ado, let's welcome him.
हेलो कैसे हैं आप
Welcome to the show, Naveen. We are all fine and hope you're taking care because I think yellow alert has been announced in North India because of the cold wave. Hope things are fine at Jaipur as well.
yeah it's all fine and in fact we are used to this cold at this time of the season so it's perfectly fine. We are prepared, we are having mufflers and sweaters, so it's fine.
Great. I think your subject of grapho analysis has really, triggered the interest level of our viewers. And I think today you want to tell us something very, very interesting, specifically regarding one particular letter. So over to you, Naveen. All ears. We want to hear what you want to tell us today.
Yeah, I think in last couple of sessions I had told you about the slant of the handwriting and probably the upper loops, lower loops, and A's and O's, and the way you are writing M's and N's. I think we have discussed this in the earlier episodes. Now, T is one of the very important letters in handwriting analysis. And in fact, the book from where I've read, it has got 3 chapters on T. So, of course, I will briefly show you in the chart what various types of T will mean. See now here, this is a normal T. I hope you can see it. And this T bar is crossing the T stem. And this T bar is slightly on the higher side. So this sort of T bar, which is closer towards the top, but not going above the stem, this shows people who are ambitious and they have a well-defined long-term goal. This T bar is going above the stem. This indicates people who are actually overthinkers. They think too much and the actions to achieve their thinking is not there. They will go on thinking, I'll do this, I should do this, but that is all in thought. They will practically not do anything to achieve it. Now here you see a T bar is going low. This sort of low T bar indicates people who are lacking confidence or who have self-doubt. These people, they might be having difficulty in trying to initiate something. Even if they are trying to initiate, they may get self-doubt and they might leave the task in between. Now, this T stem, you will see it has got a sort of inverted V formation. This indicates people who are stubborn, jiddi. They are a difficult nut to crack. Now here the T bar is going to the right of the stem. This indicates people who have short temper. Here the T bar is going to the left of the stem. This indicates people who have procrastination, habit of keeping things pending or delaying decisions. Now here you see there is a T bar which has got a hook. This hook indicates people who have got jealousy or they have got some sort of greed in them. So it's not a good stroke. Now here the T bar is starting thick and finishing in a point. This sort of T bar indicates people who are sarcastic. They have sarcasm in them. The T bar with a down slant indicates people who are dominating. They have tendency to dominate. A T bar slanting up indicates people who are optimistic, positive thinkers. Okay, now let's come to the next line. Here you will see the T bar is hardly visible. It's very, very small. It's almost like a dot, the T bar. This indicates people who are lacking willpower. They are not able to exactly give themselves a push to do something. Now, this one is having a curved T-bar, convex if you look, concave if you look from the top, and this T-bar is having a concave shape. It is a curved T-bar. This sort of curved T-bar indicates people who have got good self-control. Now, self-control can be related to small things like, I want to do this, or if you've got diabetes, I should avoid sweets. If you've got like BP, you should avoid salt. And it may also indicate more important things like, suppose you realize that you have some negative traits in you, which you are consciously trying to get over. That is also a good sign of self-control. Now here the T-bar is having a wave sort of formation. This indicates people who have a good sense of humor.
Yes, I think there are lot of lot of variation in tea, and that determines you know how difficult it is to understand the character of the person. And
Yeah.
there are
Sorry,
24.
there was a slight disconnection. Sorry, there was a slight disconnection. So now I'm back. Okay. So this sort of initial long stroke over here, this indicates people who have got resentment. They resent some old episodes which they are not able to get over or forget. Now, this is a T bar where a T bar and T stem are joined together. See, these are two examples where the T stem and T bar are joined. This is a positive stroke. This indicates people who are persistent. They will not leave anything if they start it. They will leave it only after they are able to finish the assignment. Now, another thing is you have a short T bar and a long, short T stem and a long T stem. A short T stem indicates people who are independent. They are not bothered. People, they know exactly what they are doing. They are not dependent on others. A long T bar indicates people who have vanity or pride. So it may tend to be a negative stroke if there is too much of it. So these are some various varieties of T's which we find in the handwriting. And as I told you earlier, it is the repetition of the strokes which carry the most important uh, value. The particular strokes which are repeated more number of times, that particular trait has a more prominence in your characteristics. So I hope this will give you some idea the importance of T in the various ways the T's can be written.
Well, Naveenji, it is so amazing to even hear from you about just one alphabet, which is T. And there are 24 in English language, and there could be, I mean, if you look at other languages, there are more alphabets. So it could be very, very complicated, to understand the character of the person looking at the handwriting, because if you look at combination itself using the formula of probability, it could be millions of combinations which will then filter down into a character of the person, isn't it, Naveen?
Yeah, it is, no doubt it is complicated. It's a very not so easy to learn science, but then again it is very accurate. And after so much knowledge gaining and experience, it is quite easy for me now. But as you rightly said, if for a beginner, it will not be so easy to understand. It takes time because it's a vast subject. And whatever we are discussing here is maybe just 2 or 3% of this subject. And even today, I am also learning. There are many strokes, weird strokes, which I see in the handwriting, which I am not able to understand. So I have to try and analyze what that stroke means. And I also know someone in America who is an expert in this field. I have to consult him also that please guide me what this particular stroke means. So learning, as I told you, is a lifelong process.
Certainly, Naveen. In fact, you were also mentioning about the therapy because having identified certain negative traits, you can then help people to overcome those negative traits. So I think we don't want to talk too much about it. We will have that area covered about, especially about therapy, in the next session, which is next Monday. But you can tell us how actually it works, so that our viewers know that. Even if some negative traits they have, which they were not aware, and handwriting is telling them, those can be corrected, those can be rectified. A few words from you, Naveen.
Yeah, see, actually, therapy is a very proven uh, part of graphoanalysis and graphotherapy. If you do it sincerely, you just have to devote about 5 minutes a day for 3 weeks, practice the stroke changes, and you will yourself be able to see or witness the change in yourself within a small duration of this 3 weeks. But remember, therapy is something which is always individualistic. Same therapy cannot be applied for everyone. If someone lacks willpower, the therapy for willpower has to be given. If someone is having short temper, the therapy for that stroke has to be given. Someone lacking self confidence, another stroke has to be changed. So it all depends on what uh, uh, therapy is applicable for particular people. Accordingly, the therapy is given to them.
Certainly, Naveen, I think it was a very interesting session we had today to understand implications of how do you write T and what it means when it talks about your character. It was very, very interesting. But I think in the next session, we will know a little bit more about the therapy, how therapy is given, and like you very briefly told that it's a 3 weeks program, but then is it permanent, not permanent? We will discuss all of that in the next session, Naveen. Thank you so much for joining us
Right.
today, and hope to see you again in the new year, or maybe before that.
Yeah, let's hope so. Actually, next week I would be traveling, so I will let you know whether we'll be able to do it next week. Otherwise, week after next is for sure.
So enjoy your holidays. Merry Christmas to you, and wish you all the success in your endeavor towards which you are heading to. And I will catch up with you next Monday, Naveen. It was always a pleasure to talk to you.
My pleasure too. Thank you so much.